What is media? Media uses methods of communication to research large numbers of people at the same time. Media uses the different types of communication that is used to interact and display things for other people. Examples of media include the internet, television, newspaper, radio, etc. Media ties into what I am going to be talking about in my podcast, being a broadcast journalist. Broadcast journalists research and present information about the news which is then broadcasted on TV, radios, or an online source. When journalists learn about the recent news, they need to generate news stories and arrange interviews with certain people and ask them questions based on the topic they researched on. The typical salary for a broadcast journalist would start at $20,000 per year. The average median salary would be around $40,000 per year, and they can get paid up to $80,000 a year. A typical workday can vary from a number of tasks. Broadcast journalists usually tend to leave to work around 7 a.m. They would have to listen to the radio for the news so they could be up to date of the past events that have occurred. When they arrive at work, they would have a meeting with the editors. They would discuss what they should be doing and what is happening around. During the meeting, the editors will go over any potential interviews that could be coming up. They'd also go over the stories and what order they should come in alongside the editorials. They would discuss how to make a certain topic more creative and interesting. When the meeting is done, they would start some additional research that could be done. When they have finished generating ideas, they have to write their script on what they have to say for the interview or when they start to report on the topic. They have to let the crew know what to exactly film when on set. After that, broadcast journalists have to prepare mentally and physically when they go on air for the live and pre-recorded segments. They also have to find people to interview and prepare specific interview questions to ask them for both the live and recorded parts. They need to make sure everything is timed properly, and they have to agree with the editors. This has a significant relationship to media because a broadcast journalist deals with media for the whole day. They broadcast media which then gets broadcasted on media platforms such as the television, radio, and the internet. They are surrounded by media for their whole day. They interact with the media day in and day out, as the first thing they have to do is use the internet to research current news. Then they have to work to get broadcasted on television, which is a huge factor in the media world. Overall, being a broadcast journalist requires people to deal with media throughout their whole day. If I was a broadcast journalist and my job was to research on events and report on it, that process would be very important and beneficial. In the media world, if being a broadcast journalist never existed, there would be no way of communication from one point to another. If there is no person to research on events, report, and interview people, the message won't get across and wouldn't be clear. The media would be greatly affected without my job as a broadcast journalist. Broadcast journalists are what surround media and is the face of media today. A broadcast journalist goes through a variety of tasks and duties per day. They work hard to provide us viewers the news and to keep us updated. Without the help of a broadcast journalist, the news wouldn't be communicated over to us. We won't be finding out what's happening around our world. We have to appreciate all the hard work broadcast journalists do for us. Overall, to conclude my podcast, that would be what a broadcast journalist would do as they have significant ties towards the media industry.